Yay. Hi,
Hi.
welcome.
Hi everyone. I'm excited. I thought I wasn't be able to see people. I like it when I
I
get to see
know
people.
Hello.
a few might have their cameras off.
Yes, I am working to get my camera on. It's Dixie. Not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah.
Recognize them. Oh, it's good. I thought it would be when I'm not going to be able to see people, and I was like, no.
Well, this is good news.
Hey. Oh, what happens?
Did I just see Charlie on there? Hey, Charlie.
Hello, how are
Yeah.
you?
Look at all glammed up. Is that just for me?
No,
Sorry.
No.
I had a hair
What?
I had a hair appointment today.
Oh, no, you're supposed to say yes. It is Karen.
Yes, Karen, of course it's for you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. I appreciate the effort. Oh, I recognize it. Hey, Karen. And see Karen. Sorry, just like when a new person comes up, you kind of move across like it's a really one of those little games that the little squares go. Have you seen me doing this? I'm just seeing people just jumping around.
Oh, let me just a few more. There we go.
Come on, Bubbles.
I think I'm gonna be admitting for a while. Let me just.
Okay, well, I'll
I
introduce you
think let's hop on.
presenter of the day.
Oh, who's that?
This is Snuffle Puffles. Puff Puff.
Oh, hi.
Puff Puff's gonna help you all out. Hello. Right, off you go.
Okay,
That's my
Karen, I
that's
think we can
backup
get
presenter.
started with the intro, and then I'm just gonna admit people as they hop in.
Okay. I've really embarrassingly got a sweet look in my teeth.
Oh, there we go.
Oh God, bad timing. Right now, let's style this out. Hello, everybody, and congratulations for making it to the top
Yay.
500. Yay! Pats on the back, everyone. So, are we doing the Facebook group? Yeah.
Yes, we are, because it's quite a large, or
Yeah.
it's bigger than the usual. So we are doing the Facebook group instead.
Excellent. We've been doing a WhatsApp group for others, but if you've got this amount of people, it's just going to go crazy, and you won't be able to sleep because you're
Your
all over
phone's
the
gonna
world.
go off.
You're all over the world, and it's going to be just a bit too much.
Mm.
Excellent. So, what we're going to do as part of this momentum, like taking ownership of your own business, we're going to have a private Facebook group. In that, you can put your reflection tasks, previously known as homework, in there. You can also kind of comment and a bit of support with each other. Joining a course like this is a really good chance to network with people you perhaps wouldn't have met before. It's people that are on the same kind of path of you, that want to make this successful, that are actively engaging with their process, their practice, and their business. We do have a help desk as well that is available to you. If you've got a burning specific question that you really need some help from us, you can contact, and it would either be with Louise, Shirley Ann, whoever's the most relevant person for that particular question, we can help you with that. The email to get hold for that is the hello@visual-artist.org. Marketing Circle, is that just sharing our Instagram handles?
Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
just want to mention, sorry, before you, someone was requesting to record. We are recording the session, and we'll send it out to you afterwards, so don't worry.
Does that mean my dog is featured live on it?
Yes.
Oh, so professional. Too fun. Okay. So what we're going to also do, are we doing the Instagram to write it on the chat here, or are we going to be sharing that privately, Louise? What's the best way?
I'm thinking, I wonder, sometimes it might be best just sharing it in the Facebook group. I'll do a little post and everyone can just pop their handles, and then everyone can go directly to that.
I mean, I think there's quite a few people in this program, so your Instagram reach has just jumped. Well done.
Yes.
We also have an optional activity which we call VAA Coffee Roulette Networking. This is where if you sign up to this and say, yes, I'd like to be connected with another artist within the group, what we can do is put you two in connect, put you connected to each other, and then you can arrange to perhaps have a Zoom, converse, practice some of the homework, just have a discussion with another artist, who you've perhaps never met before in order to make a new connection and do something. So if you'd like to do that, we can put you onto the little list and then you can have yourself a connecting buddy. You will also, at the final of this, get a CPD, Continued Professional Development Certificate in Business Strategy for Artists.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, one for the CV. Really useful, especially if you're doing public funded work or you're looking for funding or grants. Having kind of professional development and bits and pieces like that can aid you with that. Now, about this program. So this is about you stepping into being the boss of your business. I do know as an artist, it can sometimes be a little bit too close for comfort. If you feel the sense of rejection and it's your work, you're essentially pouring your heart and soul onto a lovely place, and then somebody goes, no, and it's painful. So this is about how you can kind of step up a little bit and step back. Know your art is there, but how am I looking at this of a business strategy for that career? How am I looking where my art is going to go with a little bit of distance from that? You put your creativity into the work, the process, the practice, but with the business, how can we kind of see ourselves as a CEO of that? We do have Carol Burns here, who's very good at imagining people. You can explain about your shit committee on one of the later episodes of this, but it's about how to kind of create yourself that character, that business, and be able to master it that way. It's about growing with purpose, making intentional action, sustainable art practice, how to develop and go forward rather than just leaping from, I've sold something, there's another show, and just kind of leaping on like this. How can I try and keep that with a sense of momentum going forward? I mean, Liz is here. You've noticed the difference when that starts to happen and you start to go, okay, I'm doing this and it's moving to this. It gives you a better sense of slight control, doesn't it, than the lurching?
Definitely. Yeah.
And what we can do is help you with some of those practical strategies for planning. Because let's face it, you came in this to be an artist. You didn't go, do you know what, I really want to be a business person with a little bit of art on the side. Most people have come in with an art and gone, right, I don't actually know about the planning. What do I do with branding? What is marketing specifically for me? Maybe I've marketed a product before or something else. How am I marketing myself and my business? And how can I see growth? So we can't see the wood from the trees. What we're going to do is give you, I don't know, a little hot air balloon. Have a look down. And from that is that increasing that impact, boosting your visibility, trying to pick out the right opportunities for you rather than every opportunity in the world that's just what are the right opportunities to help me get that long-term success in the art world and what the art world means for you. All right. Okay, next slide, please, Louise.
Here we go.
Now, the course overview. So today is session 1. And Louise, is it true we're not doing next week? It's the week after?
Yes, so it's not on the 14th, it's on the 21st.
Yeah. Yes, because I'm in London and then in Budapest.
Yes, Karen is a jet setter.
I'm a jet setter for this month only. It sounds really good. Okay, so this one, what we're going to do, and I think it's probably good to have a bit of a break because refining this and talking to each other on that group and going away thinking about it will help you with this part, which is that artist strategy of what really is my vision. What is the vision for me? There's no cookie cutter going, oh, artist, make art, next step, next step. Because you're all going to have different desires, different motivations. Why are you creating art? Who for? We may well have been told that you become an artist, work goes in a gallery, it gets sold, you make some more. But the world is so different and there's so many alternative opportunities there. What is the path specifically going to be like for you? And what are those visions? And how can we reverse engineer that into some goals to find? But knowing it is kind of knowing who you are and where it is you want to go is really important. And that's what we're going to be doing today on this session. There will be quite a lot of me talking. I'm sorry. But there will be opportunities here for you to be able to do something. And if you'd like to share some parts of it, you can share. It's a very safe place here. There's also the chat box to put bits and pieces in on that. Then the next time we have a meeting, we're going to do artwork ready.
Sorry. Oh, my.
skipping
There
ahead
we
there.
go. Sorry.
What about your story and your brand? It's really important to be able to communicate who you are. What do you do? And talking to the people that you want to hear it essentially is what branding is, because it's an icky word for an artist. It's just, what do I want to say to the people I want to hear it? And communicating that confidently. This is something we're working with some other groups and some mentees, just really hammering down exactly what that is. And the moment you've got it, honestly, the weight will be lifted. It's so much easier to communicate what you do with those ideal people. Furthermore, in session 3, multiple streams of income. How can potentially we, rather than just relying on some originals, are there other ways that we can do with your art practice? Are there any other ways of bringing some money in? Because month by month is the worst way to think about art business. I go for quarters because there's always going to be a month that just goes. So how do we do that? What can we have that continues that sense of stability in some sense that might fit within your plan? And then it's the implementation of this and gap analysis, my skill. I can swoop in and see where the gaps are for you. And so can Louise. Now you may move forward, Madame Minard.
I promise.
Okay, these are just super simple. To put those foundations in is establishing the goals that you want to achieve. And we're going to get you to really think of some sensible goals, because most people underestimate the long term and super overestimate the short term. You'll often hear, so my long-term goal is to have a solo show, but my short-term goals are completely rebrand myself, set myself up a website, get myself a customer relationship management system, practice on this, and you're like, whoa. Because when you don't make one of those, what you call short-term goals, there's no way you're going to hit your long-term goal, because it just feels like a sense of obstacle. I can't do it. Everything's too overwhelming. That's a failure. It's setting those realistic goals to move forward, and an impactful marketing plan that's going to get your work seen, grow your network, but also be very much about you. So having that sense of control, it's not just that cookie cutter. It's not just following what other people have done. I know there are a lot of artists or creatives out there selling courses that do the whole, hey, you can get to a 6-figure income in this month. But that cookie cutter will suit for certain people if that's what you want to do. But I highly encourage people to have a sense of personality. I'm a complete economics geek, so I do read all the economics magazines and articles. And it's very much pushing forward in all the business and economic magazines is about corporate is out, generic is out. You need to have a sense of purpose and intent. Excuse me. Oh gosh.
Bless you.
That's my intent coming out. It's so strong. And also review and monitor your progress regularly, because you're not just going to stay exactly the same person for exactly the same artist forever and ever on. You're not going to be going and print and print and print. You're going to develop as an artist, as a person. The world is going to change around you. But what we're going to do is help you find what that vision is. How do I communicate it for now so it really feels like, yeah, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. And then you just put in your diary every 6 months, am I using the right font? It can be tiny things like that. Do I just want to tweak this a little bit? What do I want to do? All right. Now, saying there's no cookie cutter approach, here's our 5 pillars of success. Right. Okay. So the 5 pillars here are just a guideline for you. These are not something to do. I'm going to do all of 1. I'm going to do all of 2. These are things which are going to be happening for you. I think we're going to send you a cover of this, but over the weeks, we're going to be covering each section of this essentially. Number 1 is your vision and goals. I kind of think, if you think at the moment, there's like a big river, and the other side is where we're deciding where you want to be. So you're going to be walking up and down the river to see what's the spot that you want to go to on the other side. Now, some of you might want to go for a big field. Some of you might want to go for the widest bit. Some of you might want to head towards a mountain, or some nice little goats over there. I'm going that way. But it's walking up and down and deciding where it is I want to go. That's your vision. And those time-based goals are essentially stepping stones you're putting in. So I'll do this one and I get to jump a bit further and I can see my future a bit closer. So it's almost like I imagine this big river and some stepping stones are those goals. The more of those goals that you're putting in, the more you're succeeding, the better that pathway is getting over to where you want to go. Now, your artwork is what you're taking with you. So you don't want to have really unstable stepping stones when you're taking your artwork with you, because it's your artwork. And you don't want to take all of it with you. But what we want to do is find out, what is that niche? How are you describing your work? Now, I know niche. How many people actually kind of slightly shuddered when I said niche? Anyone just go, yeah. There's a few people. Niche is one of those words you suddenly go, I've got to pinpoint my work into a specific little title. I have worked with someone that was a submarine oil painter. He was an underwater oil painter. Now, not even joking, incredibly niche. Bit too niche. But actually what we discovered was that isn't necessarily who he is. What he is he's a painter, a documenter of especially marine ecological bits and pieces. So we got him a residency at a marine park. So he got a residency at a marine park. But when he was there, he was taking photos with his camera and managed to capture 2 teenage octopuses having a scrap, 2 males. Which hadn't been seen before. But he sent out National Geographic then featured it because they were like, we've never documented or captured this. So he would also paint on the side and he would paint underwater. Now, the unique tweak to his niche was he can paint underwater, which is just a fascinating start to a story. But that wasn't his niche. Now his niche has widened more and it is more about being an adventurer. Like last time I talked to him, I think he was either going to the desert or he's in Antarctica or something. But he's kind of worked out where his thread is. He's not the person that's going to be going, oh, I'm going to paint a lovely watercolor of your local church. He's also not going to be over here doing some wacky abstract or something like this. He's not going to be doing portraits of people. His niche has got to do with that specific connection to the environment that he has studied up close, like seriously close. So that's what his niche was. And some of you, it might be your message. Some of it might be your subject matter. This is what we're going to help you work out with that word niche. Then when you got your kind of idea at the moment for your niche, because I'm a big fan, you don't need to do one type of artwork. Sorry, everyone. I know you get told do one thing, chase one rabbit, or you won't catch any. If your niche is strong, own it. With that strong messaging, if you're doing this if your messaging is this and you're doing it in video, dance, installation, digital work, painting, as long as that branding and that messaging links it, do it. But we want to know kind of what work you've got and what area you're aiming it at. If you've got, you'll often find people go, yeah, but the people who like my work can't afford it. Every kind of type of people, I see it as a tower. You've got the people of different levels of affordability within that. We worked with, I don't know if Michelle Baharia is in here.
I think she said she is joining.
Yeah, I think we had this discussion with Michelle, who was aiming for a certain people, and they were kind of more kind of service users, disability, perhaps low income areas. And it was like, let's have a think on that tower. You've got these people, but you've also got the people that support those people, or perhaps are in that area, whether they're philanthropic, benefactors, charity, businesses. Let's have a look through these and see if we can pitch the work to those people in order to subsidize it for the others. So you're always going to have a level within your market positioning that have the affordability. Next will just be your website, which is all going to be related. Where is it I want to go? What have I got? What do I do? That website, we'll manage it on week 3. We'll do that. It's all going to reflect on your font, your branding, your website. Then that goes on to your exhibitions opportunities. Are you doing the right ones? 4, what your vision is. Where do you want to go? What have you got? Are you entering the right competitions, the right art fairs, the right type of partnerships? Am I messaging it properly through there? Then how can I turn this into income? There you go. You don't need to turn up for the next 4 weeks now. No joking. Okay, so this is a bit we get action. Who's got pen and paper? Pen and paper time. So is that Alana giggling? I can hear an Alana giggle somewhere. So finding a gap. One, we want to know where you are now. So just really quickly, I want you to write down one thing that is going really well for you at the moment and one thing that's a sticky point. Now just write down a piece of paper what it is. So one thing that's going well and one thing that's making you stick. So we got a sense of where are you now? If anyone wants to write it in the chat, please do. Just do the positive and then the sticky. Pop them down in there. It'd be interesting to see what pops up. Oh, I've just seen Carolyn's here. Hello. Hey. I've seen you for ages. What do you mean by market positioning? We're going to come up to that and we'll be covering that in week 3 of this. But we'll help you. Was it 3, 2? We'll be covering that each week. We'll go into doing that market positioning for your particular art. But this is going to be at the end today. We're going to talk about, today we're going to basically nail down what your vision is. Now, your marketing positioning for that, if you want to be a successful local artist who is represented locally, most people have got pieces of work about you. You're featured in press, radio, TV about your work there, that you're known for being in that particular area. Your market positioning is going to be different than you trying to do a national or a global marketing positioning. You would want to do art fairs that are very much related to that specific area or that specific niche, rather than going, I'm just going to go somewhere that's 300 miles away, where people are going to have no connection to it and you're not going to get that local market. So that positioning is just about that. Oh, Michael's here. Yay. Michael's doing the other art fair. Yes. Hey, I can hear you, but I can't see you. So many people. Oh, there's pages of you. I've just seen there are pages
You
of
have
you.
to move along.
I've seen Gareth. Hello, Gareth. So he's on page 2. Okay, positive medieval history project.
What?
Not, well, Carolyn needs to look at this. So Carolyn, someone Dermot. So Carolyn here. This is a good connection already. Medieval historian. So Dermot and Carolyn, please meet up. See, connections. I'm inspired by my own thing at the moment. Negative. I'm still ill. Yeah, it's difficult. Oh, I'm really excited about all this. Oh, 77, it's at least 5 pages. Thanks, Amy. Where positives. Good at sales. Negative, not spread enough. Oh, you say medical history? Was it medieval history? Did I read that wrong? Oops. Okay.
No.
University teaching.
So what we're going to think in a moment is about where you are now, but where is it that you want to be? Okay, like truly, truly want to be with your work. This then is where we're going to be able to help you reverse engineer, but looking at what your sticky points are now and what your positive points are now will help you on that pathway of which bits are going to be able to be easier for you to navigate, which bits are the bits you need to concentrate on more, and just assessing, you know, how it is we're going to put those goals in for you. Like, how are you going to get there? So if we go over to the next slide, Louise.
Here we go.
Now, in a moment, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to word vomit, just put things down on a piece of paper. All right. Think to yourself, as an artist, as your art business, how do you want to be seen? What are those goals for you as an artist? Now, there is no right or wrong for any artist. You're all going to be different. Some people are going to be, I want to have that critical acclaim. Some people are like, I just want people to buy my work and have joy in their home every day. Others might go, I actually want mine to work really well with interiors. I want to bring people's houses together and bring that kind of thing. Others are going to be, I want to work directly with communities or specific types of people. What is it and how do you want to be seen? It's very personal to you. And what is it that you want to accomplish? Is there a particular prize that you just go, God, if I got shortlisted or I got into that, I'm going to feel great? I mean, Alice and I took 30 years to get into the Royal Academy, didn't she? But when she went, no, I'm just going to, I thought that is a real sign of perseverance, like brilliantly so. And she created work about it. Like, I think one of her says, RA bastard shites on it. And no, it failed again. But she created work about the rejection and it not being a rejection. And it became a 30-year project. But what is it you want to accomplish? Do you want to win a certain competition? Do you want to be represented by a gallery? And if so, what gallery is it? Because just a gallery. Is there on your dream, your hit list? If you want to be in Tate Modern and have an exhibition, write it down. Because I'll tell you, you can still reverse engineer and get in there if you're the right work to get in there. Why do you want to be an artist? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. I've got to make sure I don't do 3 hours. I did that the other day. I'm a little bit tedious. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes, right? And I'm going to occasionally throw some words in. And Louise, if you've got any ideas, chuck them in. So just word vomit. What is your artistic vision? Be as big as you want, because we're going to help you bring these down into goals and how to bring those bits back for you. Okay. Now, if you want to travel with your art, write it down. Like, I want art to pay for me to go and travel, to inspire me with artwork, to then do that. Do you want your own studio, like a private studio, a group studio? Do you want an actual physical studio, you know, where you've got a receptionist taking orders for you and booking in your commissions, and you can take on apprentices and teach them and do things like that? Carolyn's like, I can see that. I'm looking right at you going, you know, to have like, you know, Carolyn Ettermile Studios, Mosaic Studios, where people can book in, you know, larger scale music, that you can just design it, but get other people to install it that you're teaching. If that's
just one day.
yeah, and if that's there on there, this is what you need to do is go, how can we reverse back from that? What is it that we need to set that up? Can that start with a virtual assistant helping me out to start with? Can that then mean some kind of funding or something to get a location that's going to fit you to do it? Can I then start having some bits, perhaps a little gallery front to it, doing some of the commissions that I design, plus entering those competitions, but having that sense? And if that's what you want, write it down. Okay. What am I doing? Dun, 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 dun. If there's a residency perhaps you want to do,
Or a group exhibition.
yeah, and perhaps there's like a brand you want to work with. Now this can be a company, charity, because charity is big business, by the way. They're brands. Don't ever give anything free to charity, by the way. Come to me first before you give it away free. I can help you maximize your freeness. So is there a charity or a group of peoples that perhaps you want to be working with, or animals, not as peoples? Is there something you'd like that you think would align with your core values that you very much see within your artistic vision for the future? Artists on the whole are great at giving back and structuring. Is Polymerity in this?
I think she emailed me, I'm not sure if she's in.
Excellent. Just I'm very excited about her at the moment. Okay, we've got a few seconds left. All right, everyone. Now, I know there's a lot of you, but does anyone here, I mean, Louise, can you keep an eye, because I can only see one page. Does anyone here want to share any of the things that they've got written down? Put your hand up. You don't have to. It's not a problem. Louise, can you see anyone?
Yeah, again, scanning through. Ooh, I saw a hand.
Yeah, hello. Yes.
Nice.
There's no right or wrong with this, by the way. And what you're going to learn from this course is listening to other artists. You'll go, oh God, I wish I'd written that down. That's a great idea. And start to really develop over these next few weeks of what it is looking like for you on that big vision. And we work back here. So Helen, thank you so much for putting your hand up. Let us
Is that
know.
me?
Yeah.
And Mike as well.
Okay, am I going for it? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do you, then Michael after.
Okay, so how do I want to be seen? I would like to be seen in a gallery situation where people buy my paintings, but also those people are kind of like believe in the message that I want to give up, give over, whatever. So what I want to accomplish with my paintings is, so I'm a painter, by the way, is to spread a message of joy, but also contemplation of the beauty and complexity of the natural world and how important it is to protect it and look after it, but in a kind of a positive way, not a we're all doomed kind of a way. And I want to be an artist because I want to make a difference to what people think in a positive way, see the world as a better place. Yeah, and there we go. That's what I want to do.
Okay, so natural world's a big, massive scope.
So I paint gardens. I'm kind of interested in the relationship between people and nature. So gardens in particular, in the way that people work with gardens to, work with nature to create gardens to give joy to in all kind of shapes and forms.
Well, you know the Chelsea Flowers, the flower thing at Chelsea. You know they have an artist every year, and they do artist in residencies there. Would that be something which would be something for you to connect with that kind of thing?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that working with Gardener's World, country homes, connecting with people that are already pre-engaged with that.
Yeah.
How about would you be interested in kind of encouraging younger people to have that connection? So working with, or you're like, I don't want to work with kids, please.
No, yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm an ex-teacher, so yeah, an ex-teacher sounds like a bit dodgy, but I gave up teaching to become a professional artist in 2019.
I've been watching Greg Davies' comedy all last night, so.
So yes, definitely.
Yeah, so on that vision thing, have a we'll think about that, about some definite type of things that might fit with that. Is there a particular charity out there for the UK or whatever wide that is trying to connect people with gardens, but also through that documentation of it? Because this is what painting does essentially. It documents a moment in time, whether it's your personal memory, whether it's a physical aspect. And, times are changing our connection with nature. It's important for us to have that. Are we looking for the next series of people, of kids, to respect it, document it, not just take photos of it, be amongst it, capture it, feel that emotion and pass it on to others? Is that something that I want to be part of? And therefore, this will help you picking the right galleries, because if you pick a gallery that actually the money that's gone into it has really come from an unethical part for you, or the people that work there potentially, own this massive construction company that dumped a whole load of pollution on a semi-aquiferous area and damaged it. Do I want to be thinking about what is going to hit with my core values and the people that I'm associated with? Who are the people that I want to buy my work? Do I just want people that have been big venture capitalists or maybe polluters or financiers that are just throwing money down because apparently you're the next big thing? Or do I want people that are genuinely engaged in that? Mm-hmm. And that's why that intentional vision is so important. And that's why tailoring it just to you is going to be awesome. So rather than going, I just want to be at a gallery, I want to be a good painter, and I want to do this. How is Helen Johnson going to make that path? All right. Now we're going to jump over to Michael, who's on the flip side to you, because this is all urban statements. So Michael, will you give us a bit about yours? And everyone here, just jot notes down for yourself if you feel you want to do it. We've got a Facebook group. You can ask for any help in that, and we'll help you after, and you can help each other. Michael.
Hey, so can you hear me okay? Yep.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. So for me, how do I want to be seen? I want to create a niche around being the #1 statement artist. And what I really want to do is actually have my work to be viewed as an investment for future generations. So that's my starting point. What do you want to accomplish? I've always said I wanted to be in a gallery in New York, but I don't think that probably is right. I think that's not big enough for me. So I would like to be shortlisted stroke winner of BP Portrait award.
Cool.
So I think that's where I'd love to go, because that's for recognition. And then why do you want to be an artist? That really is about just a personal goal, doing something on my own, creating a business for me, not creating a business for thousands of people, which I have done. Yeah, so it's about me, me, me.
Yeah. And this is why, though, this is why we're saying all of your paths are going to be different. Okay. And they are. So that cookie cutter approach does not work. And what we want to help you with this course is really find out for you what this is. And it's going to be amazing for you all to see completely different. You're already the #1 statement artist because you've coined the phrase. Anyone heard of the word statement artist? No. It's really good. He is the #1 statement artist. Nobody try and jump under that. You're right, galleries at the moment, I mean, a lot of New York galleries are kind of crumbled and crashed and stuff, but there's a whole new evolution of a new type of galleries and a new type of representation and a brilliant democratization of the art world, which of course is going to be some little capitalist weeds that come up there. Saatchi's already trying to capitalize on the democratization of the art world. Yeah, it's Michael, chop down your Instagram. Everyone's going to go and stalk you now.
Thanks.
The BP Portrait Award, which is now called something really long and annoying, and I can't remember it. We can help you back that. I'm such a geek. I actually studied at one point every single year who were the judges and what were the key and common denominator points of it. And to get into the final, it was always a sage green background with a historical reference. And, so I told someone that, and they were going to call their painting sage green background with a historical reference. But it was true. Before COVID, everything in the final had that sage, that tealy green with a historical reference in it. There you go. Anyway. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing that. And we're going to get you to share bits and pieces within that group so we can help tailor for you specifically. Okay. Now, that sense of growth, when you know what it is you got, you really want to have that be artwork ready. So I know what I've got. I know what I'm doing. I'm picking the right opportunities that are going to help me move forward. Oh, that's it. Herbert Smith Freehills Kramer Portrait Award. Exactly. HSFK. That's nothing. You can't even say that, can you?
No.
HS. Okay, it's the XBP. Brain. Opportunities. I'm sure most of you get on a daily, if not weekly, experience of, hey, do this art prize. Hey, it's only $10. You can get 3 pieces in. And they're constant. And sometimes you're in a really good mood. You're like, oh, I'll do that. Sounds great. But have you really thought through, where is that location? Will this be towards the correct audience to move me forward to do this? Is it actually something which is going to be a stretch for me to deliver it and get it back? Is it going to be the right one for you? So it's about tailoring those opportunities. Being visible doesn't mean that you've just got to kind of just throw things everywhere going, woo! It's about, where am I putting things strategically that is a good opportunity for me? And mindsets and habits. Now, I'm ADHD, if you couldn't tell. So habits, not my strongest point, but I'm really good at helping you with your habits. So building some habits for things is important. Also, chucking away or finding a positive side to all of the fears that are natural. Now, some of you won't have any of these fears. I've added one at the bottom because I think it's an important one. And I told someone this once, and now they've written a book about it. I'm so annoyed. So some people, some common artist fears, and these are ones that we've actually got from artists when we ask them about this. Perhaps they don't have the right type of work. Now, the flip side to that, and it's good to think of this, they don't have the right type of work. I do have the right type of work, but I'm showing it to the wrong people. How am I wording this work? Why are people saying it's not the right type? If you are living, maybe, I know St. Albans has got a big thing for people doing beautiful watercolors of the local churchyards, etc. And you might be a big, bold, abstract painter. You think you don't have the right type of work. I guarantee you're not the only big, bold, abstract painter there. It's finding your group of people or moving it to a different area or challenging people there and saying, haven't you had enough of those? What about this? Your work is your work. No one's right to say it's right or wrong. There's always a market for absolutely everything in the world. Believe me, some of the artists you might look at now and go, that's really famous. Like, Constables, the Haywain, not particularly popular in its day, only became popular in the 1940s because the government used it as a promotional campaign for cherish our countryside, let's get growing again. And then everyone said, oh, that's the nation's favorite painting. Wasn't that bothered when it came out in the day. Perhaps you think there's no right market for you. Some people have got a doubt on their talent, worried that their family, peers, artists might criticize them or kind of feel judged. A fear for many people is that somebody will steal your idea, or someone's done it better, or they feel like they've overtaken you and then done it better. That perhaps you are not the right type of person to be seen in the media. I mean, Alana here, you've challenged that, haven't you? You specialize in depicting and working with people. What age is it? Come on, get on the turkey.
At 75 and older.
So Alana specializing in working and painting and creating digital compositions of people who are 75 and older. This is a group of people on the whole that, get it. Oh, there's no point in doing TV adverts for them. There's no point doing radio. There's a whole chunk where you're not being commented, you're not being included, but making quite a really successful projects about this now, aren't you?
Yeah. Actually, the new thing is being able to tie it back into my academic background. I'm going for a residency at a university, an artisan residency at a digital humanities environment. It's making my heart sing because I've got both halves of my rather diverse background coming up at the same time.
And I think this is about, like, that idea when we've done before about getting that vision for yourself, rather than leaving it super wide. If I want to be an artist and I want to sell some work, it's just that honing it down and where is it going for. And that niche for you isn't just, I do this one specific thing. It's that area and it's that conversation, isn't it? That is the niche.
It's who I am. It's my voice. What is my unique voice?
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. Fantastic. Some people think maybe not authentic, sometimes because let's face it, sometimes we just need to make some cash. Being an artist isn't easy. Sometimes you might want to just do some work and you think, oh, this isn't really, really me, but these are selling. Yeah. If you do need to do that, you need to do that. Perhaps there's not enough time. I know this one, perhaps you've got a family or other work commitments, or just everything is too busy. You're not very well. You've got just commitments or caring. It's hard to think I don't have enough time. You can be kind on yourself. Perhaps it's not time to be the full-time artist now. Perhaps it's time to be just thinking about a different strategy tack for yourself. You do not want to just burn out. Now, the one for me is a fear of success. I don't think a lot of artists have got a fear of failure, because what they say in schools now, fail first attempt in learning. You've got to make mistakes in order to be a better artist. Sometimes those mistakes really, you go, oh, I quite like that. How did I do that? But a fear of success is that imposter syndrome. The minute your head's above there, people are going, oh, you think you're an artist, are you? Well, you sold one piece, so can you sell another one? And that judgment of, I've got to keep it up. People are going to realize if I've put my head and I am successful, they're going to come for me and criticize my work. And that fear of success can actually be quite debilitating. So it's just trying to find, and I can write down some ideas and we can practice on the Facebook group. Here's my fear. Let's come up with some real positives to challenge those fears so you can keep going with those, because there's a challenge for everything. Believe me. Yes, I am the kid that used to have the last word.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Sorry.
So we can skip that one because I think we're going to send again a copy of it.
Yes, we are. I'm going to send it over.
You send me one as well, because I can't log into the VAA website.
Of course.
I've got to renew my membership, apparently. Okay, so everyone, this is it's homework. Let's just call it what it is. But this isn't just homework. This is you working for your business. Okay, so, and don't mean you don't have to get it right immediately, but it's let's get you on your way. You've got to know that you're running a marathon, right? The thing I think about the VAA is we're not there to, you know, draw that map out for you, but we're here to make sure your laces are tied, your socks are pulled up, you got enough tools in your backpack, and you got a rough idea at least which way you're going. You got a compass. Sometimes you're going to sprint, sometimes you're going to walk, sometimes you need a rest, sometimes you need to meet someone else to walk with you. Okay. But let's help you make those steps and at least get ready to reassess and relook at what that journey is. Okay. Now, I'd really like you to go away and define that vision for you. We've had some good examples of two people who are completely different speaking. So Helen's situation there and Michael's. So if Helen and Michael, I'd love it if you guys can start on the VAA group when Louise shares it and put yours down. So we've got statement artists, investment artists, you know, recognition, personal growth. And someone who really is about engaging with the natural world, especially within gardens and growing. It's about, and it's a different type. Yours is about getting people to believe in your message, working with galleries and people that also believe in that message, and having more of that kind of holistic feeling of integration around the natural world. These are both really all getting their visions of what they want to do. I would add to that, is there a type of gallery? What are some core values for this? Are there any brands or residencies? You know, I might want to go and work at, you know, I might want to go to Kew Gardens and do a residency. Saatchi do stuff to do with natural world. Do I perhaps want to be one of their competitions? Do I want to be working with a particularly famous grower, a gardener, or maybe somebody who, you know, works with installations? I don't know whether you saw Helen in Milton Keynes last year, did this amazing installation inside the Milton Keynes shopping centre that was all live flowers, and it had Dr. Singh, who worked with David Attenborough. He's the person that recorded the sounds of mycelium and the tree roots. So when they have the vibrations, he associated that with a note, and you can hear nature's orchestra. So when a bee approaches to a plant, the vibrations and the reaction it has to it, he attached to music. So you can hear the reaction when you put your finger into a plant and the bee goes near it. So he did a huge installation with all the work, but nature's natural orchestra. And he said he really didn't need to adapt it. So, you know, that's a completely different thing. Could that be kind of a live painting with sound? Is there something you really want to stretch yourself and go for potentially within that vision? So we'd love you to write all of that in 2 sentences, please. No. You can write as long as you want. From that, and when you've had that written down for yourself, you think, what are some goals that I can do now to help me on that way? Now, those goals can just be small ones you're doing at home. Do I need to be, I don't know, every week following 5 people that are referenced to this, or be on LinkedIn doing that? Would I like to go and find out, you know, Helen, the Eden Project, perfect place to work. They've got a new one opening in Morecambe in 2027. They've got a whole gallery and a whole artistic program there. The one in Cornwall do. You know, could I be researching who are the people to potentially contact about that? You know, Michael, can I be making those connections with New York at the moment? Hang on, do I actually want to get my work because it's got that urban feeling? Do I want to go and do a mural? Am I tempted to do that, or to get my work on some wraps somewhere around some buildings? I'm working with one artist, Polly, and I really did push her out of her comfort zone, and she did a wall at a graffiti festival, and she's like, "My bloody mama 3 from Coventry, what the fuck am I doing here?" But she did it. She's now got a massive commission with Heathrow Airport, which is insane, which she's quivering. So I'm gonna get on the phone with her. But you know, that'll be like a 40 grand commission to get from following this part of this path of her going, well, I do this work and I really want to do some public work, because showing my work outside that is bright, it's bold, it's colorful, it's cheerful, but it also highlights hazards and things like that. That's what her vision is. And she kept restricting herself, and just that little push of what's one more step you can do. Can you do one thing for this? Can you offer to do that? Can we push you forward to that? All of these little steps are really culminating into her. She will have to be, if she gets to this level, having what I was talking to Carolyn about, that studio where people are going to have to book it in. She's going to have people helping with the painting of it. She's going to have a list of fabricators. Perhaps this one's going to be shrink wrap. Perhaps this is going to have to be scale printed. She's going to have all of this. So that's her working towards that goal. But it started off, I'm going to go and paint a wall at Cheltenham Paint Festival outside and try and get my kids looked after. What is one step that you can do now? And sorry, recognize it, Karen. Is it you?
I don't know where the hand is, so I couldn't put the hand up, so I decided it's something to do.
Karen, if you do that really quickly, it automatically does it. Sorry, it doesn't, joking. No, carry on, Karen.
I was just wondering, especially at the beginning, when you think you're not quite there, it's a good time to go for the big things because you don't expect them to succeed. Like the Royal Society is currently doing or preparing a conference for the sea, for biodiversity in the ocean. So I just wrote to them and said, hey, I've got this painting about coral bleaching here. Would you like to use this as a poster or just put it up? And they haven't said no yet. They said they're going to think about it, which is more than I expected. But just kind of getting used to talking to people who are kind of at the end line, not expecting to get into this right now, but just to kind of make it a habit to approach people of that kind of caliber, I think might be cool.
And I think that's got to do when you've got an idea of where it is you want to go and what your level is of, you know, between acclaimed, between money towards this kind of business, what countries, what type of people, that will help you make those informed decisions. You know, do I want to be approaching, you know, a COP venue that is doing about this? Do I want to be talking about biodiversity at that kind of global, international, conversational level? Or do I want to be doing it at a local level? You know, where, you know, do I want to be working with the local wetlands and the trusts around here? Each are vitally important. There's no, this is better than the other, but you know where you're, because you want to have time to create, surely. So minimize the business thing. You're the CEO right now, by the way. You're not the manager, right? You know, the managers that are running around doing everything, ticking boxes, staff are bitching at them, everyone's having a go. You're in CEO mode. You're looking down on your business. How am I going to streamline this business so I don't have to employ annoying managers? I don't have to be the person keeping an eye on everything. I want to make sure this is looking down, it's efficient, it's got a forward business plan on it. Then I can assess how much work needs to go in it. Because I need the time to create. Because you're the creators. Without you, there isn't a business, right? But sadly, you've kind of got to put a business around it, even if you are wanting to go with galleries. Okay? Because believe me, I mean, I've talked to 2 artists today that are having trouble with galleries, and I don't know about if you know about Louise, but I've managed to invite a person that's been holding back some artwork from a mentee of mine for a year and broken a piece. So I've invited him politely to our VIP thing so I can make him feel awful in front of everyone. Because they're not always great working with galleries. But when you know where it is you want to go, you know what your business is, you can decide whether that is a good gallery and a good match for you. Because just being in a gallery might feel validating, but it isn't necessarily validating.
Karen, can I just ask, how do we access the private Facebook group?
I believe Louise is going to set it up and send you all a link.
I'll send you the link tomorrow if that's okay.
Oh, amazing! Thank you. Yep.
I'll send the presentation and all the other bits as well as early tomorrow morning. I'll be up bright and early, so
okay.
Really
all right,
early.
thank you.
That'll give you some chance today, just to have a real, like a proper think and a little bit of a write down. And then what we'll do is we'll do that prompt tomorrow for you, the Facebook group, clear headed. Because the thing is, otherwise, what I find, people go either now and go, write everything down, and then just don't come back for 2 weeks. Or people wait till the last minute and go, starts tomorrow, and do this. Right? So if we pace it, remember habit setting, if we pace it a bit, because I'm genuinely I can't wait to hear what everyone's story is. Like genuinely excited. I've met a few of you. Oh, Sharon, I've got an invite for you for something for New York as well. I've got to send it over to you.
Great, thank you. So anyway, I'm a street photographer in New York City, so I'm very different than the painters and the wonderful painters here.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm on the track building a photography and a street photography, not just street, but photography community. So I'm on a good path in that way. But I feel like it's such a niche thing in terms of who would be a buyer for street photography.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at exhibition opportunities, of course. And you were talking about go for big goals, like you said, getting into Tate. We have a museum here, a very significant museum called the Museum of the City of New York. And there's an international center for photography. So there are like sort of museum opportunities, but I'm wondering, it's such a niche thing. Is there a buyer's market for street photography? And what my intention is, I guess, because people here talked about what their intention is and what their messaging is to really kind of document like contemporary, urban culture and the human experience, basically.
I mean, you just said the keywords there. If you're going to do documentation, it doesn't need to just be from your point of view. Why don't you do projects where you get other people's stories about it, about a specific place or specific thing? Can you work with people of different ages when it comes to
homework and then
communication?
extras, remember?
What are you?
I've got to start this up again.
I'm hearing somebody
I know. Can we
something.
just
It's a little hard to
I'm
hear.
trying
Just
to
can
see
you
if
mute
I
Helen?
mute all now. There,
That's
I
all.
think.
Soupgate.
So you were saying to get the experience.
So what you can do potentially, so when we're doing this open spaces, I've got some people doing it in the library where they've got it's like a landscape, but it's quite a getting something that's a landscape and getting people's views on that landscape, their stories about it. Is there a particular, you can have up some of the pieces. Do you know where this is? Have you been to this place? Have you got photos of you from the 80s, the 90s, the 20s in that particular place? Is there a project where we can bring everyone together to document it as a whole thing, but you're the person in control? Is there a way you can work with like urban dictionaries? What do you call this? You can expand your work and like wraps, when they're doing buildings or reconstruction, they've got the hoardings outside. They're always looking for work to go on that. Street photography would be great for that because you go past and be like, no way! Oh, guess what, Joe, you're here. Is there something that you can integrate as opposed to just being a silent passenger and voyeuristically taking photos? How can I integrate on that? Perhaps can I link it with the history, with the common history, with the common with the political tone at the moment, especially in New York and America at the moment? There's a sea of change that you wouldn't have seen 20 years ago.
There, Karen goes.
You're right. If you're writing with that and go, this project is, October 2025. These are the pictures. Let me capture a snapshot of the world. That's the stuff that's going to be more museum worthy because that's writing a book that's actually capturing actual people's journey through life, their documentation from your point of view and others. So multiple POVs. And then you can do a bit of graffiti with it. Get some of it on a big sticker and just go and frickin' stick it up somewhere. Not that I condone any graffiti.
I like that. Like the sticker idea.
Yeah, literally. Get some of them printed up and just go whack them around and just have pictures of people around skateboarding and doing things. Make a splash. Because
like
it is
the sticker
difficult at the
idea.
moment being a photographer, going, here's some people that you don't know on a wall in a particular thing. The story around it, the bringing people together, that community and respecting all points of view. Okay, every POV, whatever it is, whether they're like a MAGA supporter, whether they're someone that is unhomed, whether it's somebody who's super rich and going around to all these designer stores, whether it's somebody who's doesn't even just passing through, whether it's someone who's migrated there. All of those viewpoints are relevant, important, and it's the melting pot of what New York is at the moment. How can you stimulate that and show it?
There we
Thank
go,
you.
Karen.
Just for an idea. By the way, any of my
Thank
ideas, you can go, nope, or keep whatever you want, or throw them away.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. Someone's just put here, I know some Facebook groups that are posting old photos of their town and street. Maybe a good idea to follow. So have a look on the chat on there. I think the chat, does it save or?
I'm gonna save the chat and I'll send it to everyone as well.
Yeah. So that might be a good idea. Then you're going to get a list of people. Have a look.
I'll do it now and then we know it's all.
Excellent.
All
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Hi.
I'm sorry. My name is Joanna,
Yep. Oh, hi, Joanna.
and I just connected to you because of the time difference. I'm in Australia, in Tasmania actually, and then I thought it starts at 5, my time, and I'm just probably at the end of the meetings.
Oh, it's okay, Joanna. I'll send you the recording, so you'll be
Is that
caught up by
possible?
tomorrow. So don't worry.
Okay,
And then
thank you so much.
for
Then.
next time, it's not next week, it's the week after,
Yes.
but we'll do it at the same
Okay.
time. So just come an hour early. Hang on a minute, we're not going to start doing
Okay,
like saving, are we?
sure. Thank you so much, and I'm just sorry for
That's
Oh,
okay.
that's fine.
problem.
Nice
So
to
do you
see
And I'll
exchange it
send
like?
I'll send the homework in the email as well tomorrow. But you'll
Okay.
also have it
Should
in
I?
the presentation.
Right. Should I just put the contact to me in the chat or what?
We're gonna create a Facebook group. Don't worry, I'll send everything over in the email.
Okay.
You'll know exactly what's going on. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Put the volume
Okay,
down.
well, finally, yeah, don't worry about the late arrival. We've got a recording. Just finally, again, congratulations, everyone, for getting into this
Yes.
500. This is a brilliant opportunity with ArtFinder. It's a brilliant opportunity with us. This is one of those steps of visibility. But before it comes out and everything really goes, let's get all that story and get all that branding around you. So then when things start to roll, you're ready. Okay? Yay. All right, I've got to find clothes that fit me. Somehow get to London, and I'll see some of you at the VAO show. Mwah. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Great to see you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank